This is my SLP. It's behavior management, focus on beginning teachers and kindergarten. This is my school, Malpas Corner Elementary School. Table of contents. 1. The purpose of the SLP. 2. Data to support the need for the SLP. 3. Stakeholder and researcher language. 4. A brief description of the SLP. And last, the impact of the SLP. This is a kindergarten classroom with one of our beginning teachers and her group of students that I worked with for this project. The purpose of this SLP is to provide support to teachers with behavior management strategies beyond our core SEL curriculum. The focus of the project is on kindergarten students and students in classrooms with beginning teachers. We are hoping to reduce the amount of office referrals for students in these classes and increase positive behavior through a systematic process using the MTSS framework. This is a sample of one of our behavior charts that we started with a first grade student and one of our beginning teachers. The data. First, I used the Teacher Working Conditions Survey. 39% of teachers feel that students at Malpas Corner Elementary arrive at school with their basic needs met. This number is very low. 87% of teachers feel that there is student disrespect of teachers. And 47% of teachers feel that professional development is differentiated to meet their needs. We also used the FAMS report for MTSS in academics, behavior, and social emotional. And that showed that behavior and social emotional areas were not implemented or emerging throughout the school. The next piece of data I looked at was our SIT plan. One of the issues on our SIT plan was staff retention and morale being a concern. And this stems from feeling like teachers didn't have behavior support last year. Another data source was our BT survey for behavior concerns and needs at MCES. And it showed teachers do not feel like they have proper training for the behaviors in their classrooms. Defiance, throwing things, disrespect, refusal to work. Teachers felt they do not know what type of effective consequences to use. And teachers do not understand the MTSS process for behavior. And the last piece of data I used was the behavior referral reports from Infinite Campus. Some stakeholder language that I included in my SLP, examples of positive language was, that would be my best next step. Share all documentation of what she has implemented with no success and request intensive behavioral and counselor support. I'll get more deets tomorrow. Thank you for letting me know. This was from the school psychologist. Next, I was able to do an observation this morning. It was obvious that he is struggling. Overall, I think Ms. Steiner and her assistant were doing well given the situation. I like how directives were given, small behaviors ignored, and teaching kept happening. Next, I try to do positive consequences more than negative, and this works sometimes. When it's not working or the behavior has gotten out of hand, I try to do consequences like silent lunch or call home, but the effectiveness depends on the student. This was a response on a survey from a beginning teacher. I would like a little bit of time in my day to plan and find new things to implement in regards to behavior. So this was a response from a beginning teacher survey as well. Some neutral or poor language that I received was that behavior charts aren't working. They can't even earn 1 token. And this was from a beginning teacher. Next, before I forget, can you get Larcher something she can keep in Enoch's folder for notes to grandma? Something she can jot little notes on how his day was. She's not using anything right now at all for her class, which I think is crazy, but I'm old school. But I think at least having something for her kids to have struggle like Enoch would help. This is from our assistant principal. Next, I need more effective consequences. This was from a beginning teacher. And lastly, she wanted me to send home a report every day, but that seemed like a lot. This was another response from a beginning teacher about sending home a behavior report to the family. Some researcher language that I used in my SLP. Dealing and working with students who are suffering is a job best managed through a team approach. For us, this means that a classroom teacher cannot support students on their own. They need support from administration, social worker, counselor, specialist, PE, art, music, interventions, and any other specialist. When trauma-informed practices stop being an event and become the way we do school, then you're setting up a space and an environment where kids will find success. This quote really stuck to me, especially at my school. This would be so impactful at my school since we have such a high population of behavior needs, academic needs, and socioeconomic needs. We need to change the way we do school here. Right now, there are events and are taking a toll on everyone at the school. If we can use these trauma-informed strategies as a school and train all staff, it may be able to become the way we do school. By being proactive, behavior intervention teams not only meet the goal of high levels of student achievement, they save valuable time by not continually reacting to a crisis that might have been preventable. They are doing what is necessary to maintain a safe and respectful school climate. What this means for us is that through the MTSS team and teacher training, especially beginning teachers, we can have a proactive response to the behaviors that are happening at our school. If we can teach the desired behaviors through core and interventions, we may be able to prevent a crisis. Some researcher language continued. The aggressive, disruptive children in this sample showed significantly lower levels of school readiness than a normative comparison sample drawn from the same disadvantaged schools, including lower levels of cognitive ability, inattention, and reading readiness. With our school being about 90% socioeconomic disadvantage, school readiness is definitely a concern, and it is interesting that this research also mentioned inattention and reading readiness. This is something our students exhibit in profound numbers. I'll let you read the rest. The project. I sent a survey to beginning teachers and the kindergarten teachers. I collaborated with the beginning teacher coach, admin, and the school psychologist. I held observation in classrooms with behavior needs. I created and implemented behavior charts with the teachers. We implemented and reviewed behavior plans, supplemental and intensive. We included behavior in our MTSS meetings. We had check-ins with the behavior plans. I initiated a buddy mentor program throughout the whole school, and our BT trainings and support meetings, and we also ended it with a celebration. The impact. Reduced office referrals from individual students, greater collaboration and productive conversations at MTSS meetings, documented supplemental and intensive behavior plans, more confidence in beginning teachers to use resources for supplemental or intensive behaviors, and a team approach to behavior. MTSS, EC staff, admin, teachers, parents. Thank you for listening to my presentation, Behavior Support for Beginning Teachers and Kindergarten Students.